You know, don't give me one like from yesterday. Do one from when you were growing up. Matt, I don't even know if they do Halloween on the same night or whatever, but let's start with you and we'll just come right down the road. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, look, in Australia, we only really learned about Halloween from American movies. So you either did it or you didn't. It wasn't really something that was very ingrained into the psyche. But I do remember one time going as Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. You know the Mel boob tube?
Right.
And no one knew that I dressed up.
Yeah.
That's right. That looks same as always, and it was good. Yeah, it was embarrassing.
That's good. All right, Angie.
Do your 20s count as growing up?
Yeah, sure. For you, yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Really? It's that night? I just want to make sure. As long as we know it's that.
Go ahead. That's fine.
Okay, good. I was living in Manhattan, and a designer named Mark Bauer made a very thoughtful costume for me. I wanted to be like a Rio de Janeiro, carnival girl. So I had a huge headdress and, red feathers, the whole thing, and he made a suit that was skin colored. And he put a little bikini on it that was beads and things and stuff. And I had big, huge platform, clear shoes. You know the type, I'm sure.
Sure.
And
my wife is right
from heel to the top feather, I was 7'2".
Wow. That's great. That's great. All right.
There's no way I can top that. But
I would the same thing. That would top it.
But I wouldn't be 7'2". I think I'd be smaller. I was always the smaller version of whatever my brother was. If he was Superman, I was Superboy. If he was Batman, I was Robin. And I'm working through it. Professional help.
I play a shrink. If you
do,
talk.
well, let's talk after this. Yeah. No, my mom made me a really amazing Robin costume from scratch, and I wore that yellow cape for a long time. Afterwards. So.
Okay.
Is that what you had on earlier?
Yeah. It's actually underneath this coat, but
it's nice.
All right. Yeah, we talked about the Superman thing earlier, so I mean, we saw that in the magazines about your name being thrown around. So maybe you've got the costume already.
Yeah, I'll wear my Robin cape. Yeah.
Go over well.
Kelly, what about you? Memorable costume from Halloween?
I think I was Wonder Woman 2 years in a row.
Really?
Yeah. But my favorite, I think, was Pippi Longstocking.
Pippi Longstocking.
Yeah, I had the nice
And did you have the whole pigtail thing?
Oh, they went out. Oh, yeah.
Good. That's
I
good.
have the freckles already.
That's good. You do. Beautiful freckles. Boris, you grew up in Europe, right?
I'm similar as Matt. I wasn't too familiar with Halloween until I came here. And I remember my first year I was in New York. And it was a huge deal, Halloween. And one of the designers, sort of like Angie, convinced me to wear these platform shoes and get into this really tight dress and put a wig on me and makeup. And I thought it was all very cool because everybody else was doing it until I found out everybody thought I was RuPaul. At the time, I didn't know who RuPaul was, so I just went with it.
Yeah.
I found out later.
That's great. Mary?
I don't really have a funny story. I didn't have any designers, and my mother didn't sew. We just wore whatever was in the house. I was a football player. I remember that, with pads and all. I was pretty butch.
Yeah. You went as, was any particular football player?
No, I don't remember the unit. It was green. It might have been the Eagles. I don't know. It was my best friend's brothers.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thomas.
Well, when I was 4, this might be hard to believe, but I dressed up as Tom Cruise. I wasn't even sure if I knew who he was, but I knew. Mark?
No. No, you have to give us a real costume that you, as a kid, what was a memorable costume? Just think of one that
Jim.
Yeah, we're answering it.
Yeah, I mean, really. Come on.
Yeah.
It was real. It was real to me.
Well, okay, Mark. Thomas is going to pass.
I have to follow that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I dressed up as Wilma Flintstone one time.
Good.
Yeah, because I've been a redhead my whole life, and I thought, oh, well, she had red hair too. It was a
Did you have
cartoon.
the beads around the neck?
Yeah, but the best part, I guess, well, it was the best and then the worst part at the same time, was the bare feet. I walked around, I was living in Nebraska at the time where I'm from, walked around on Halloween night with bare feet. I managed, I didn't get a cut or anything.
Oh, man.
I had some rock.
Wilma, did anybody play Fred Flintstone? Was there a Fred to your Wilma?
No. There was a Betty, though.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was Betty, yeah.
Okay. Well, we're fine with that. Now, let's talk about the other thing that I mentioned. We're between Halloween and Election Day. And I want to ask about whether you think you should use your celebrity to be involved in politics, to endorse